Welcome back to another video from 55 degrees north. Today we're diving in to one of the North East's most ambitious and most troubled developments, the Gateshead Quays Arena and Conference Centre, now known as the Sage. A project once hailed as a game changer for Tyneside has spent years stuck between big dreams and even bigger delays. So what happened? How did the £260 million waterfront vision grow, stall, reshape itself, and yet still refuses to die? Let's break down the full story from 2014 to where things stand today in 2025. In 2014, Gateshead Council identified a prime riverside plot between the Sage Gateshead, now renamed the Glasshouse, and the Baltic Art Gallery. Their dream? A world-class entertainment district. By 2018, that vision exploded in the public view. A 12,500-seat arena, a huge international conference and exhibition centre, hotels, bars, restaurants and shops, a £250 million price tag, designed by HOK and delivered by Ask Real Estate, and championed by council leader Martin Gannon. Confidence was sky high. The project promised over 1,100 jobs and hundreds of thousands of new visitors. Tyneside was ready. By late 2019, the momentum was unstoppable. Sir Robert McAlpine was appointed as main contractor. ASM Global signed on as operator. Newcastle's utility arena would be replaced. Then in the autumn of 2020, full planning permission was officially granted. Construction was set to start immediately. The grand opening was targeted for late 2023. And to be fair, early work did begin. By 2021, the site was cleared and prepped. Everything felt on track. Until reality hit. In 2021, the government rejected Gateshead's £20 million levelling up bid, money the council was counting on to cover rising construction costs. This pushed the timeline back by at least a year. But the team didn't give up. In 2022, Sage Group stepped in with a £10 million naming rights deal, and the new complex officially became the Sage. However, community concerns also forced redesigns. Residents at Baltic Quay objected to an 11-storey hotel looming over their flats, so developers moved the entire hotel to a new location and replaced it with a riverside urban park. A smart move for the community, but another delay for the project. 2023 brought a fresh £20 million levelling up grant. Great news, right? Except construction costs had blown past £350 million, up from the original £260 million. Why? COVID disruptions, Brexit supply issues, war in Ukraine, sky-high inflation. The solution? Break the project into phases. Phase 1, Conference Centre, Hotel, targeted for 2025. Phase 2, Arena, targeted for 2027. Lend-Lease took over the construction of the Conference Centre. The multi-storey car park was finished. Everything seemed ready to finally go ahead. But then nothing. Despite promises of work starting in late 2023, then early 2024, then summer 2024, no construction ever began. The site sat empty. The brand new car park stayed locked. Local residents grew frustrated and political pressure mounted. Costs had risen by nearly £90 million beyond projections. By 2025, the North East Combined Authority stepped in and launched a full feasibility study. Its job: can this be built as planned? Should it be downsized? Or should the entire site pivot back to mixed-use development? That study wraps up in early 2026, and until then, everything is on hold. It isn't just one problem, it's a perfect storm. 1. Funding gaps. The 2021 Levelling Up rejection caused a huge early delay. 2. Global economic shocks. Steel, concrete, energy, everything became more expensive between 2020 and 2023. 3. Redesigns. Moving the hotel and adjusting the layout required new planning approvals. 4. Multiple contractors. Mac Alpine out, Land Lease in. Transitions slow, everything down. 5. Government restructuring. The new regional authority wanted its own feasibility review before committing more money. 6. Logistics. The site prep took longer than expected, though this is the least of the issues. Together, these factors pushed the project nearly 2 years behind schedule, with uncertainty still hanging over its future. Early reaction? Excitement. People loved the idea of a modern arena on the quayside. Then came the concerns, mostly about the hotel's height, which the redesign solved. But from 2023 onward, frustration grew. Locals living next to the stalled building plot questioned whether the arena would ever materialise. Opposition councillors pushed the administration for answers. Yet despite frustration, public sentiment still overwhelmingly supports the project. People want this built. The region needs it built. As of right now, the site is cleared, contractors are lined up, the design is largely complete, the project could start quickly, but only if the feasibility study gives the green light in early 2026. What are the likely outcomes? Scenario A. The project goes ahead, most likely, but slightly downsized, a smaller arena, simplified design, phased construction. Scenario B. Major redesign, more green space, reduced commercial units, or a different funding structure. Scenario C. Worst case, the arena project is scrapped and the site becomes mixed use, housing, retail, a return to the ideas from 2014. Local leaders say this is inconceivable, but technically it's still on the table. After more than a decade of planning, setbacks, redesigns and political wrangling, the Gateshead Quays Arena and Conference Centre stands at a crossroads. 2026 will decide everything. Will this become the world-class events campus the North East was promised? Or will this most ambitious project in Gateshead's modern history remain nothing more than a blueprint? Thanks so much for watching this deep dive into one of the region's biggest development sagas. Please leave a comment below. What do you think will happen in 2026? Give the video a big thumbs up, as it really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North and hit that bell for more videos just like this. A massive thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on 55 Degrees North.